Supply chain data analysis can't happen one lane at a time. That's why Sonar SCI and Market Dashboard Plus give you the ability to download and upload data templates and manage your whole supply chain in one system at once. SCI and Market Dashboard Plus combine to visualize more than $200 billion in freight spend data so that your team can analyze, benchmark, forecast, and monitor the supply chain against leading industry data. Let's take a look at what SCI can do for your company.
Yeah, so getting your lanes and information uploaded into SCI is a simple CSV Excel file that you are able to upload, lane ID, your specific length of haul using 3 or 5-digit zip codes. And all of that information goes into the template to be able to then provide you with a overview of your entire transportation spend or the transportation spend you have for that specific RFP cycle that you're currently going through. We break out, the total cost. We break out the unique lanes, your load count, as well as provide you an estimated total carbon emissions that, those lanes will be using. We also identify the total financial risk, and this is identified through lanes that maybe you're overpaying or potentially underpaying on and, receiving some poor service for in some instances. So you're able to really dive in and do as deep of an analysis as you're wanting to do with this tool.
Sure, and in the current market where rates are driving down and shippers are hesitant to reach out and gain new carriers, or they're very happy with the rates that they have, this helps you understand the lanes that as the market turns, they can be more proactive on to adjust and be ready for whatever happens in the future.
Yes, exactly. And the rates that we're looking at in SCI are actual paid contracted rates that we're looking at, actual paid invoices. So it's after the loads have been run, and they're all updated weekly. So very, high frequency rate information that you're looking at here.
Perfect. And there are 4 different views here, so let's take a look at this next one.
Yes, so we have the opportunity view, which is excellent when you are trying to figure out what lanes need the most work. Where are essentially the low-hanging fruit? These are going to be the lanes that are, the most overpaying, the most underpaying, and maybe where you're wanting to branch out in your carrier network and potentially work with some additional carriers. So we also have a find carriers option here as well. So if this is a lane that you're really struggling with and maybe not able to, negotiate better rates with the current carriers that you're working with, you can work through this list of available carriers that have shown to run similar lanes to that and be able to broaden your network.
Absolutely. And so shippers are able to not only understand where their highest level of opportunity is. If they're not able to work that out with the carriers that they have in network today, they can expand and grow and change. And that's a perfect time to take the opportunity to gain new carrier relationships and be prepared for the next market turn.
Yep, exactly. Especially if they're running any sort of project loads. Then our next view is the network view, which will allow you to really drill down to the different DCs based on origin and, work to see what DCs are going to be the most difficult or unfavorable to the carrier through our lane scores that are fueled from the core Sonar data, and highlight, favorable to unfavorable as far as from the carrier's perspective. So you're able to have those additional insights on, what you may be receiving for those lanes or DCs.
And I also see carbon is included in a lot of these different areas. So companies who are thinking about green initiatives and sustainability are able to really think about where those impacts are greatest and how they can adjust maybe as they move down the line to continue those initiatives internally.
Yep, exactly.
Excellent.
Now, if you're looking to do a really deep lane-by-lane analysis, if maybe you opened up a brand new DC and all of these lanes that you're going to be now dealing with are brand new, you don't have any sort of historicals, they've never been, contracted before, completely new to your network, that is where list view can really come into play, where you can dive into each of those lanes individually, see, how they stack up, as far as favorability to the carrier, historical trends of those rates, as well as our outbound tender rejections, which is the carrier sentiment to volume demand for that area.
Perfect. So you can use this tool for managing current RFPs or for planning out your entire supply chain. If you're thinking about a new DC or transitioning or thinking about green or sustainability initiatives. So there's a lot of flexibility. So can you only use this data in this system?
No, that's the beauty of it. So you can actually export all of this data into a CSV file, and you can actually choose what view you want to export. If you want to just export the opportunity view, identify the low-hanging fruit and those lanes that need the most work. Maybe you just want to look at your network and highlight those origins that you have. Or the list view, which will download information and data around every single lane that you initially put on the template during upload.
So $200 billion in freight spend data against the data that you want to manage or edit. You use it in system or in your system of choice.
Yep.
That's
All
the
at your
power of
fingertips.
SCI.
Exactly.